Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay, 1 second. Just taking
No, it's happening.
out of my hair wig.
It's already happening. Hold on. Okay, it's happening. Wait, now I have to. Hold on.
I hope my neighbor doesn't yell at me.
We're live. Wait, now I have, but now I have to make the sound go off on YouTube so that I can. Okay. Okay, I think we're live.
You're
Wait.
gonna have to tell me what people ask because I can't see anything.
Oh yeah. Hi.
Can I look on YouTube? Lily, can I see?
Here, I'll send you the link. Hi everyone. We're trying out a new thing where we're using Zoom to go live because we're not together right now during quarantine, and we want to start connecting with you all more. So we're trying something. Hold on. Here, Mom, I'm sending you the link, and then you'll have to make it silent though.
Okay, you're texting me the link?
Yeah. Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know, I'm Lily, and this is my mom, Elisa. You have to silence it, Mom, on YouTube. Otherwise, for those of you who don't know, I'm Lily. Do you see? Did you silence it on YouTube Live, Mom?
I did.
Okay. Can you all, whoever's watching, can you tell us where you're tuning in from and what's going on with you right now during this crazy moment in history? My mom and I are in LA. We're not together though. I'm on the east side, she's on the west side of LA. And yeah, we've been wanting to go live with you all for a while now. And now that we're holed up in our houses, we figure it's a really good time to connect and tell you about what we're working on, and also
we want to tell you about some ideas that we're really excited about to include you during this time. And we wanted to, well, first of all, we wanted to just say hello, and as Lily said, and see how you are. And make sure that you're all doing well, and just to hear kind of how you're doing. For starters, we hope you're doing well. We have Moscow, Ania, hello, and from Mexico and New Zealand. Waiting for the wave. Oh, in New Zealand, the wave hasn't hit yet. Yeah. Well, it's just starting. I mean, it's not starting. We're in the thick of it. Would you say, Lily, right now? I mean, we're on lockdown.
But we're not officially on lockdown, but we are personally taking the precautions of being on lockdown.
And we wanted to, first of all, thank you so much for supporting us on YouTube and for being part of this community. It really means so much to us. It means everything. And we haven't spent as much time on YouTube and connecting with all of you as we would like to, just because we're so busy all the time making the content, and it's basically two of us and we're stretched pretty thin. But this opportunity is giving us a moment to be able to do this. So there are beautiful and wonderful things that will come out of this very bleak and difficult time. And one of them is being able to connect with all of you personally, which we want to do a lot more of. And just to let you know that we're thinking about.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about like for any of, I know a lot of you have asked, like, are you going to have more videos on YouTube soon? And I know it's been a minute. One of our things that we've been working on this year is how we can kind of have consistent content. Because that's our goal. Our goal is to have content every week, new content. And And so that's what we've been working on for the last couple of months since we had a video, is getting a plan together so that we can be consistent and have lots of new videos for you all the time. And of course, now with coronavirus, that plan is shifting a little bit, but we've actually been spending the last couple of days brainstorming about how we can, in this moment, find creative ways to connect with you and use this as an opportunity for all of you who we've been, over the years, we've been so moved by your response to What's Underneath and to all of our videos, but to the What's Underneath project specifically, as far as how it's resonated with you and helped you, transform your own relationships to yourselves and to your own bodies. And we've also gotten so many inspiring messages from you all about how you want to have a chance to share your story and participate in the What's Underneath project in some way. And we've been working on coming up with ideas for that for years now. And this year especially, we have our documentary film coming out, and we were planning a lot of exciting ways that we can bring you all in to share your stories around the launch of the film, including what we're calling like a What's Underneath open call tour, where we do live events of What's Underneath in different cities, and have you all come and put your name in a hat and have a chance to participate and get an interview done in front
Which
of
we have done, just so you know, we have done What's Underneath open calls in the past, and you can see them on YouTube in a playlist, and they're very, very moving. They're really special. And we were anyway, as Lily said, very excited to be doing much more of those.
But since we can't really at the moment be planning for any live events until we know what's going to happen with everything that's going on in the world right now, we're coming up with some ideas for how we can actually, in the meantime, right now, starting like in the next week, while we're all sort of stuck at home for the most part, how we can all connect virtually. And so we're thinking about, we want to hear your thoughts on whether you like these ideas, but we're thinking about doing like live stream What's Underneath interviews with you, like having you all, we don't know exactly how it's going to work yet, but having you all, if you want to submit yourself to be interviewed, and then actually do like via Zoom, like we're doing right now, a live stream What's Underneath interview from your home. My mom and I would interview you over the computer, and just have a chance for you to share your story. We also are thinking
which we would then put on YouTube. So the idea is to, what we're feeling is that this is really a time for all of us to step into our own leadership roles, to release shame, to claim self-acceptance like the What's Underneath videos and our videos do, and to really recognize that within you is everything, that you can be your own leader, and we need leaders right now. And by stepping into your power and telling your story and releasing shame, you are then, and we put it something that you will be doing with other people watching, and that you are then inspiring other people to do the same for themselves, and you are part of the movement and you're part of the change. And we just feel that this is a extremely vulnerable moment for everybody. I don't think it could be any more vulnerable. And what we have learned from our interviews and from our work is that vulnerability is a breeding ground for transformation and for empowerment and for being in touch with your true self. So we would really love to be able to offer all of you the opportunity to do that, and then to to have your own catharsis, to inspire us, which you will definitely do, and to then inspire other people to do the same, so that we can emerge out of this very bleak moment and difficult time, and we can emerge stronger, knowing ourselves better, believing in ourselves more, rejecting the status quo that tells us that we're not good enough, and actually personally doing that yourself publicly. And so that this status quo that tells us that we're not good enough, this greed, these trends that are made in boardrooms that make us feel not good enough. These are all things that we need clearly. I think if there's any moment in time that makes it clear, right now is the moment to say that we reject this, and we no longer accept this, and that we want to create the kind of world that we want to live in, and we want the systems that are in place that oppress us and don't care about us and only care about their pocketbooks to crumble. And that is ultimately what we're doing with this global movement, and what you're doing by supporting these videos. And we would love you, so therefore we would love you to reach out to us. To Lily, do you want to, we're going to give you more formal ways in the coming days on how you can submit to participate in what's underneath. But if you want to speak to us right now and say that you want to participate in this moment because you're here and you're hearing this right now, should they,
on Instagram,
if you could DM us on Stylelikeu's Instagram, which is Stylelikeu, STYLELIKEU, the letter U. If you could DM us on Instagram and say that you are interested in participating in what's underneath, that would be amazing. We can start the conversation now, and we will be back, shortly tomorrow, probably, and give more precise instructions on how you submit yourselves and you can participate yourselves in being leaders and in refusing to not love yourself anymore, refusing to stepping into to acceptance, and refusing to allow anything outside of yourself to tell you that you're not enough, because you are. And that's been our experience, and we know that to be true. So
in the meantime, yeah, so we're thinking about doing those live stream interviews, but we're also thinking about doing just like finding creative ways for us all to come together and just talk, like maybe doing group like big Zoom chats of video chats with lots of you at once, talking about self-image, identity, style. That's another thing we've been wanting to do for a long time, and I think this could be a really great moment for us all, because we feel whenever we meet you all in person, the people who watch our videos, we're just like, oh my God, you all would love each other so much. It's such an amazing community of humans, such like thought leaders and conscious people that I think would just creative, conscious, amazing people that would really love each other. And so
you all need to connect and meet your virtual best friends.
Yeah, we're also going to come up with some ways for that to happen during this time, and we'll see. Maybe it'll become a regular part of what we do. Usually out of moments like this, there can be a lot of exciting creative ideas that can come. So we're excited to tell you more about that. And if you're interested in hearing more about any of it, just DM us on Instagram. And we'll keep
tell your friends, like tell friends, tell family, because we're just going to grow this into this really beautiful moment where we all connect more deeply, and where you all get to actually be the subjects, or support the subjects, but you can actually participate. So like that's something that we feel is going to make, as I said before, create the solidarity, because we can't sit around anymore and like let things that we ultimately don't believe in or that are oppressing us win. Like this is time for us to take a stand, create solidarity among us through truth, through honesty, through releasing shame, expressing ourselves unapologetically. Did you talk about the style videos too?
Yeah, we also in this time want to explore, we're coming up with ways that we can explore with you all, like how you're managing to still express yourself and your style, getting dressed even though we're not leaving the house, and how that's been for you. And if any of you want to share right now in the comments how that's been for you, whether you're getting dressed every day or staying in your pajamas, and how it's making you feel, because to us, getting dressed is like a really beautiful part of everyday life experience. It's a chance to express yourself. It's a chance to honor yourself and
to inspire other people to be different,
be seen. And it's obviously a new experience for so many of us to be in our homes and not going out. So we think we're hoping to find ways to not lose that part of, that joyful part of the day, and would love to connect with you all about yeah, how you're managing that, and just share and see each other during this time, because when we're not seeing each other in flesh. So yeah, so would love to hear your thoughts on that. And any other questions you have for us. I mean, we know we're happy to share with you any stories or about what's underneath, or anything that you want to know about our journey or our relationship. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments right now. We're happy to share anything.
Someone said that we bring the fringes together and the outcasts together. Well, because basically the people that don't conform are the people, it's been our experience that nonconformity and that true to yourself nonconformity are the people that really, inspire others to be more themselves. And that's the goal of what we do, is to not take away, is to empower people to be more themselves. So but thank you for saying that. And we appreciate that you see that. And, it's very purposeful, because, someone asked us on an Instagram live earlier that, how do you deal with stares? And it got me thinking that stares are actually a compliment, because it means that in some way you're inspiring someone to think differently, even if it feels for the moment uncomfortable, or that it might actually be an angry stare. You're still bringing some kind of light to someone and some kind of different way of thinking, and that's a beautiful thing. So really just to embrace those stares, and rather than feeling afraid to stand alone, which then you're not really utilizing your beautiful self and your purpose here, which is to be unique. And so that's we want to perpetuate that. We want to scream that out loud to everybody, that through clothing, through releasing shame, through telling your story, through embracing the messiness of life, and the beauty of your individuality, that is the true style, and that is also connects so deeply to your purpose. Clothing isn't something that's superficial. And so we're really hoping, as we said, to bring you in now and to have you participate. So you should DM us on Stylelikeu if you want to begin, if you're interested, and we can begin that conversation of featuring you on the channel. Otherwise you can DM us if you're interested in having group chats, because we're going to do that too. And if you're interested in talking about your style to everybody, because we're going to do that too. So let us know your interest in all of it. Someone said they smile. I smile when they smile when they see a stare. Yeah, totally. I was talking about smiling on Instagram yesterday also, like how smiling, literally your lips up like that, which I do when I'm in meditation, makes your parasympathetic nerves work and calms you down. So that's like how beautiful smiling is. And so that's what you can do for others when you get a stare or when you stand alone. You create some kind of reaction, and hopefully you create a smile. So now we'll do it virtually. And you can make people smile while they're sitting at home and feeling alone or feeling afraid or feeling anxious. Mm-hmm. Because it will help. It will help. So we want to keep celebrating what's beautiful in all of us right now, so that we can stay calm and strong, and also use this time to find our inner leader, because the outer leaders aren't working so well right now. So we want to create that connection and that, and together, so that we can hopefully use this as a very fertile time to emerge stronger and creating a world that we love to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else? What do you feel about this? Oh, what do we feel about the Asian discrimination during the coronavirus? Yeah, it's actually not off topic, and thank you for bringing that up. Well, we clearly don't believe in any judgments, assumptions, or discrimination. That's the whole point of this platform. And I think I actually brought it up the other day. I mentioned it to Lily the other day. I think it's really wrong and sad that we have to blame. I mean, any kind of blaming is just keeping ourselves stuck. Blaming just perpetuates the same problem over and over again and just keeps you frozen in an angry place and not in a happy place. So we totally don't agree with it. And we also think that it's more of the same oppression. And, in our videos, we very much bring out assumptions and judgments that people make and try to make them see themselves more clearly on how they're doing that internally. And then if you're doing it internally towards yourself, if you're judging and blaming yourself, you tend to do that to other people. So that does not create a better world. So that's how we feel about it. It doesn't create a better world. It keeps us all stuck in the same angry, unhappy place. And so we feel that we really need to take hold of ourselves. Where are we blaming ourselves? I think people that blame other people are blaming themselves and are judgmental about themselves. So
yeah, same with self-acceptance. Yeah. The more you accept yourself, the more you accept others. It's always starts within. I think that's one of the most important messages of Stylelikeu and what we learned from interviewing all these people is that with the more you can forgive, love, accept yourself, the more you create a more
others.
Loving, accepting world, and the ripple effects of that, if we were all to do it, would change the whole universe and the whole.
It would change the whole world. We have an opportunity right now to do that. We have an opening. We have an opening.
That's why, this cause, however scary, and we're so so scary and vulnerable for so many people to have this pause and to lose their jobs and to not know what's going to happen with their loved ones. But at the same time, there's so much corruption and there's so much wrong in our culture and our society that maybe there could be something that really beautiful that comes out of this moment of stillness for us to have a chance to look within and heal ourselves, and take the time to heal ourselves that we don't normally have, and
really literally, like, to look to even to just sit and look inside, like even on what you're wearing every day, like inside alone, like how is it self-loving? Is it, we have a video series, Getting Dressed, an Act of Self-Love, like to just take a moment. Is what you're wearing, is it covering yourself up? Is it hiding? Is it really your own self-expression, or is it something that you feel pressure to do? I mean, these are all very, very important things to be looking at right now, because you make a statement every day. So if you are stared at, chances are you're actually doing the right thing, because we live in a very homogenous world that is very, very oppressive and pushing us into conformity. And it's not working. This conformity and this homogenous greedy world is not working.
And so this world that's like so greedy that's where money and greed is at the expense of exploiting people in every way, even psychologically, as far as exploiting our insecurities in order to sell products, as far as advertising goes, and so many, so much of how the fashion and beauty industries have over the last, many decades, like structured themselves literally to profit off of our insecurities. Now is a moment where all of that's in question, and there's an opening for us to really change things in a big way. And so,
and you can help with that. You can help with that by participating with us, over the next weeks in these videos, and coming together and celebrating being stared at. I think that would be like, I think we should write that one down. Lily. Like, that's a big one. Is like, it's, why would we not look at being stared at as something that is something to celebrate? Because you're opening up someone's mind, you're changing the way someone is thinking, you're making very clear that you're being yourself and you're not conforming. These are things to celebrate. These are not things to be ashamed of. And I think that the shame and the hiding and the fear to love yourself is something that, you know, that's dark. That's as dark as it gets, because we're here to be lights. We're here to be love. We're here to be unapologetic. We're here to do great things. So if we spend our lives wishing to be someone else or thinking that we're not good enough, we are wasting our precious lives. And I think if there ever was a time or a moment, it's right now to not waste our precious lives on any of this. Why would we do that? And who is making these rules? You know, who is making us feel this way? And why are we making it okay? Why are we not rejecting them? So we want to reject them by creating new content with you now, where you release your shame, participate in what's underneath virtually, participate in chats together where we talk about all of this if you're not ready, and you want to talk about why, or, you know.
Or not even if you're not ready, just a different forum.
Yeah, just talk together. And we're gonna and create, you know, like style videos and content of what you're all doing at home and how you're being your true selves, and how you're gonna like not hide ever again. And maybe this is a wonderful time to discover even more who your true self is. It hasn't gotten us anywhere to be a society of cookie cutters and conformity. It's gotten us into a really dark place. So maybe this is a moment now to make a more beautiful world, and to use this opening. Yeah. So should we talk at all about the film and like the?
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know,
someone said, by the stair, you challenge the conformist mind. They might go home, sit, have a dinner, and all evening think of that colorful bright soul they saw earlier in the day. Absolutely. Completely.
mm-hmm.
Exactly. You're daring them to be different.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it. You're actually making a difference. And, you know, and we can't, you know, making a difference makes you a leader, and makes you not someone sitting waiting to be led. Like, you should lead, like lead with your heart, and lead with what's true to yourself, because that is the most powerful thing in the world. Nothing is more powerful in the world than your true self.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. There's no bigger power than that. That's the power. Can't be challenged. Yeah. So
yeah. You want to talk about, tell them what we're working on? Is that right? I mean, yeah, for those of you that don't know, we also are in the midst, we're finalizing right now our documentary film that we've been working on for many years. That's about the What's Underneath project, and the issues in the fashion and beauty industry that we hope to crumble with our work and to change. And yeah, we're basically done with it, and our plan is to, you know, yeah, it's going to be out later this year. I mean, pending, we don't know, everything seems a little bit up in the air right now, but and last week we just did the final interview for it, where we talked to a group of 14, 15-year-old girls about social media and how it's impacting their self-image. And it was the last scene that we were adding into the film, and it's really, really powerful. And we learned so much about what it's like to grow up right now. And, you know, when I grew up, you know, in the 90s and early 2000s, like, you know, with my experience was just, you know, magazines and the one standard of beauty that I was comparing myself to in magazines, and how that had a really harmful effect on my own self-image. And that's all part of what led us to start Stylelikeu and to turn the camera on all these people that were not being represented in the media, and that were not that were of all shapes and sizes and styles and expressions and ages and everything, and who marched to the beat of their own drum and their style, and how that was a reflection of being comfortable in their skin. And that was so opposite of what I was exposed to in the media growing up, with just this one standard of beauty and this one idea of what was stylish. And you know, that's what made me suffer with my own body image so much. And you know, through Stylelikeu, I've become completely transformed, which I can talk about another time. But yeah, so it was interesting last week to interview these 14-year-old girls and learn, 14, 15, and learn about what it's like to grow up right now with social media as the main, you know, as the main form of media, and how complicated things are. And, you know, in my hopeful thinking, I thought, oh, it must be so much better to grow up now in certain ways, because there's so much more representation, and is the body positive movement happening, and all of this stuff that's changing thinking. But at the same time, there's so many more pressures than I even could have ever imagined growing up, as far as, you know, feeling like you're not enough if you don't have enough followers and likes, and who gets more likes than others. It's usually the skinny girl that has this certain look, and all of their friends are influencers, and just
inevitably the one among all the friends that gets the most likes and followers is the most cookie cutter beauty standard. And so we're living under this like just absolute insane oppression of our individuality. It's just absolutely insane. Yeah, so really insane and needs to stop. So we're stopping it with you.
And we learned about this brand. I don't know how many of you are aware of Brandy Melville, this brand that we were blissfully ignorant of until we interviewed these girls. And yeah, it's basically this brand that is the most coveted brand for teenagers right now. Like very ubiquitously what every teenage girl wants to wear. And it's basically a one size fits all brand, but it's all size, like basically extra small and small. And that is what and you know, that, and even though these girls were really self-aware about Brandy Melville and how problematic it is, they also still are stuck in that cycle of like feeling like they want to be that girl, and struggle, and really struggling if they're not. And so that was really interesting for us to learn about, and, you know, motivated us even more in our fight to take down these corrupt companies and systems that are really like not even subtly exploiting our insecurities in order to sell things, just
overtly,
blatantly, unapologetically making us want to be someone else, and essentially like we were talking about this last week, my mom and I, like actually make women be so small that they actually like
wanted that they look like corpses.
They look like
beauty standard is a corpse, the Brandy Melville. It's someone that's dying.
And what does that say about how we feel about women, and making women small? So we're really fired up to change things and make a statement. And yeah, so again, it all just circles back to like, let's come together during this time right now when we're all stuck at home and going through such a vulnerable, weird experience. Like, let's figure out how we can come together and actually make this a beautiful moment, and a chance to heal, and a chance to share our stories and let our truth be heard, and come and like put it out there in the world and make change. So
we're going to be posting the videos on YouTube. So if anyone's just joined, we're gathering ourselves together in the middle of the quarantine, and realizing, you know, thinking about how we can connect together with all of you, and how we can continue right now to move the self-acceptance, to make the self-acceptance movement keep expanding in this vulnerable moment. And we came up with this idea, something that we were going to do anyway, as Lily said at the beginning, in live events with our documentary, and we still will do that. But for the time being now, we feel we can start now with having virtual What's Underneath open call streaming events that we will then turn into videos in which you can participate and you can step into your your self-acceptance and release shame, and into your leadership roles where you're helping other people. I know that you have been so helped by the videos, but now you can be that person that's helping other people. And you can do that by DMing us right now if you want to on
I'll
Instagram.
give you more clear instructions next time we talk on live, and stay looking at the community. We're going to start getting more active on the YouTube community tab, which we are not the best at yet, but we're going to work on it, and we're going to give you more updates on exactly what you can do to like submit yourself to be part of this or part of our group chats, and all the things that we're going to plan. So yeah, stay tuned. And in the meantime,
yeah, DM us, and
you can DM us on Instagram if you want to make absolute sure that we give you.
If you want to be, DM us on Instagram if you want to be part of the What's Underneath open call live streaming now during the quarantine. If you want to be part of group chats, if you want to be part of style videos, if you just want to connect with us, whatever you want to say, just DM us, and tell your friends, tell your families that they can come to where the love is right now, and come to where the empowerment is. And we're going to create this amazing, amazing moment with all of you. There's an opening right now in the middle of this darkness for us to create this enormous light and beauty, and through self-acceptance, and we're, we couldn't be doing any of this without you. You are everything to us. And this is the time that we can really connect. And it's just a beginning. Then we'll actually be in the flesh at some point with the documentary, but for now we can do it this way, and create some beauty out of all of this. So let us know. We're going to be back like a lot, like probably tomorrow, almost maybe every day. And so look on the community page, look on Instagram. Put your name in the hat by DMing us, or we'll be back to explain exactly what you can do. We're just going to kind of collect ourselves today and figure out how you actually can submit, so that we can choose you all and start to do this very soon. We're going to do it very soon, so that we all can like smile a little bit during this time and calm our nervous systems down with smiling, and at the same time grow more deeply into our true selves and who we are during this time. And what could be better than that, to actually be leaders and find the leadership within ourselves, because we know that you have it. So we just want to say lots and lots and lots of love to you. Please be safe and be well.
And stay inside if you can. I know that everyone's saying that, but it's true. It's so important.
And we're going to help, as someone was mentioning, the planet. Yeah. I mean, we think that self-acceptance is a really huge step to helping the planet, because when you are more conscious, when you are empowered to love yourself and be true to yourself, you're not on a treadmill of trying to be someone else. You're going to be the greatest person that you can be. And you have lots of room for that. And in doing that, you will make conscious choices. You will help others. You will help the planet. It's everything from, buying a sweater that you have for life, instead of being on an Instagram treadmill of thinking you have to change your clothes every minute and throw them out. All stuff like that. It's all connected to how we express ourselves. It's all related. And we really want to get into that in the coming days, really dig deep into all of that. So how much we all can make a difference, and how style and the beauty within, it's all about that. So love to you all. Be safe. Be well. Stay tuned. And this is just the beginning of you and us together and making the change right now. So lots and lots of love, and great to connect with you. And we'll be seeing you very soon.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Talk to you soon.
Bye.